Today's video is not only important, but also fundamental to your progress on YouTube. It's impossible to grow faster in your channel unless you're able to organize yourself to work regularly and systematically, because the regularity of making content is the main driving force to promote your channel on YouTube. And without a content plan, regularity is impossible to find. So today we'll figure out what a content plan is, why it's needed, and how to make it. This is Nether from Prodvigate, and here on this channel, we give you some tips and tricks on how to make progress on YouTube today. So what is a content plan? So the content plan is a schedule of publications on your channel, but each social network requires its own format of work. For example, we know that we prepare videos to a greater extent on YouTube, meaning that your content plan is unlikely to fit into one calendar. Something else will be needed to accommodate scripts, images for videos, the materials themselves, and so on. Another reason why different content plans are different for various social networks is the different principle of how the platforms function. On YouTube, people don't often follow the chronology of events because its principle of operation is tied to recommendations. People come to your channel randomly and they're not interested in what order everything happened. Only in the content plan will you be able to think through a series of videos that are tied to each other. But at the same time, they can be useful and understandable separately. And only with a well-thought-out schedule, you'll be able to understand how to do this so that you attract your ideal audience. Your content plan should be drawn up for half a year in advance. Taking into account all the features of the topic, the minimum is a month in advance. This is the period in which you'll be able to produce content without delays and release it regularly. Every YouTuber should be well experienced in the topic of their niche and follow all current trends and events. But it's impossible to just keep them in your head, so you need to keep them somewhere safe. Perhaps you should take notes, for example. So, who needs a content plan and why? It's simply impossible to keep tons of tasks and information in your head. So, you know for sure that there'd be some people who would say that they don't need any content plan because they have some content that can't be planned or they work better without one. Is their right to run their channels like that? But for someone like me, I prefer having a schedule, and it's okay to run ahead of schedule or even sometimes fall behind. But at least I can keep track of my tasks and get to know my priorities more quickly. Let's think about how many tasks the release of just one video includes. Well, choose a topic, watch and analyze competitors, and collect examples. Work with some sources and write a script. Then choose locations and film the video and edit it. Prepare a title, description, and tags for keywords. Make a thumbnail. So, are you sure that all these tasks don't need a content plan? So how to start making a content plan? Well, here are the stages everyone goes through when making a content plan in advance. Define the topic of your channel or your content. Then turn into the purpose of creating content. If you make content when you have free time only for yourself and 10 of your friends who want to watch it, then probably the content plan isn't so important. But if only you're thinking about going beyond the fun and aim at something specific, then you need one. If you create a channel in order to develop and promote it, you need a step-by-step work plan. If you have a channel for business, you need, to work on sales and comprehend the conversion from a viewer to a client. If you have a channel for the customer, then you need a work plan as well. Identify your target audience. Let's understand who, besides yourself, is keen on the topic. A portrait of your audience will help you not only understand what content you need to prepare, but also reveal the schedule and regularity of your work on the channel. You need to determine what age your audience is and what gender is more prevalent. Or do you have men and women equally watch the channel? Why they'll watch you? What kind of people are they? And how much they earn? And this point exactly is very super important if you need to sell them something. So how to classify the content? Well, based on everything I know, I concluded that all the content can be divided into the following. Popular topics. Topics for user requests. Unpopular but mandatory topics. Main calendar events and seasonal trends. Topics based on analytics of your channel. For novice channels, it's best to make videos on popular questions in order to understand which videos relate to popular topics. Just make a list of competitors and see which topics or videos they are preparing for themselves and see how the videos from the niche scored the most views. Look at what people are most often looking for. You can use Google Word Stats, or you can just enter the beginning of the question and see what people are looking for in your niche. These videos are aimed more at maintaining the audience. Unpopular but mandatory topics are something that people need to know, but are not a frequent question somehow. Perhaps because people don't even understand that they need to know it. For example, the topic of the content plan on the channel is about promotion on YouTube. This is not obvious to everyone, but I understand perfectly well that it's necessary, and my task here is to convey the value to you and at the same time clearly reveal the topic. These videos are aimed at increasing the loyalty of the audience. What about calendar events and seasonal trends? Well, I think it's already clear that if there's a public event like Christmas Eve, for example, then regardless of the topic of the channel, you should take this into account in your videos. These are videos that can attract many people. According to Google, the classification of content is as follows. Hero content. Those are viral videos that can attract attention and lead audience directly to your channel to watch a couple more videos. More often, they're funny, bright, and get a lot of views. Such content should be included in your plan at least once a month. And then the next one is hub content. What you will post regularly for user requests. There is useful and necessary information that's expected from you constantly. They don't get a large number of views, but they're needed to keep the audience on your channel as often as possible. It's generally normal that they won't get millions of views, but you'll form the value of your channel for people by doing that. And the next one is help content. Here are internal topics that are directed to your brand or channel. There you talk only about yourself and your products, and this allows people to get to know you better. But you can do it as frequently as, hero content, for example, because they're only needed to show that you're close to your audience. In my sort of classification, I called it not popular but mandatory topics. If you want to understand in more details what Google offered you and not me, then I'll leave you a link in the description to the article. Make lists of ideas if you have an idea for a video. Then be sure to record it. And then when you have time, and need to sort out your thoughts, you'll be able to distribute your thoughts according to what kind of content this or that idea belongs to. After you've already come up with the topics that are precisely adjusted for your audience and the topic of your channel, what remains is to arrange the videos according to their date of publication. The frequency of commercials, as we've already said, should start from one video per week. And then it depends on your consistency and on how rich the topic of your channel is. The more general the topic is, the more often you might make videos. But keep in mind that more than 5 videos a day will do you more harm than good. What's standard and convenient is 2 or 3 videos per week. This will have a positive impact on optimizing your video. Allocate time for creating content, searching for topics, and relaxing to get to know your pace of making content. Just start making it. And if you're preparing for the launch of your channel in advance and shooting videos, then you already know that it takes you several days to think and schedule a video, and another day to shoot it, and another day to edit it, and prepare for the release of it as well. Then, once you write out your content plan, you're able to take into account not only the schedule, but also how long it takes to complete their creation. And keep in mind that you'll need to have like 1 week off just to rest and search for new topics and get inspired. It's also important to remember this, and it's important to take this into account in your content plan. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to share your opinions in the comment section. And if you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button and click on the bell so you don't miss out on our future videos. Thank you all and see you next time.